My name's O. I work for a company called mig33. For those of you who don't know, mig33 is basically a mobile chat. It started out live as a mobile chat company on feature phone. And then it evolves to become a much more fleshed out mobile social network, incorporating things like microblogging, chat room and stuff. So today, MIG has around 50 million users across Southeast Asia and parts of Africa and Middle East. So our top 5 countries are Indonesia, Nepal, Bangladesh, India, Syria. So you probably noticed that most of the countries I just mentioned are thematically, they're either a Muslim country or like Islam country. So a fairly conservative country, and obviously it's not an easy place to be, but somehow as a company we found a way to penetrate and succeed in those markets. As we see with the trend, things are moving toward a low-cost smartphone, especially like the sub $100 Android handset. So as a company, we also are moving in the same direction, and we're going to be launching our smart phone platform around end of June. So during this time, we are looking for partners to publish games on our platform. And I think, hopefully, I like to think that we represent a pretty interesting opportunities, because I think, as we know, most of the problem with platforms today are the discovery issues, right? I mean, you could be on App Store, Google Play, wherever. The challenge is always going to be discovery. But with MIG, in the past, we found that we can help push millions of users to any games that we want to promote. So that's not an issue for us, because we are much more like specialized in our area. So you could find out more about the platform from myself, or from 10 to noon each day at the Indie Showcase. We also have our little table there, and one of the staff members will be there to answer your question about the platform from the technical and both technical and business standpoint. So I think that's enough about myself and my company. So without further ado, I'd like to bring in the first team or person. So in no particular order, the first team I'd like to bring in to present the games would be Sam Wong from the Voxel Agenda. Please give a round of applause to Sam. Sorry, I forgot to introduce my colleagues. So next to me, the Singapore version of Nicki Minaj. And the further one is Simon Cowell. And I think I'm Randy Jackson, so there we go. Okay. Actually, sorry, it's Michael Cheng and Chris Mark, my colleagues. So we'll go ahead and let you pitch, and then afterward we may ask a couple of questions. And by the way, we will announce the winner at 5 p.m. today here in the same room.
the focus with a new type of puzzle that is both simple to learn and compellingly deep. Taking elements from Sudoku and Sokoban, Puzzle Retreat is a fresh challenge for puzzle lovers that will have you losing track of time and forgetting about the outside world. With just 2 rules to govern play, Puzzle Retreat offers a minimalist puzzle-solving experience. The game removes all distractions from the player and puts them into a zen-like state. Players and reviewers alike are raving about this unique experience of Puzzle Retreat. So this game is actually available on Google Play for free, so you can download it on your phones, play the first 50 levels, and then we offer in-app purchases 99 cents for each pack after. At the moment, there's a birthday bundle promotion, which was part of the Google Play promotion. That offers 5 packs for the price of 3. And it's also available on iOS currently as a paid app. So just some features of the game. There are 2 rules. Slide the ice blocks to fill the holes. And the second rule, use all the blocks. There are no time limits, no stress. Just play in any order and use unlimited undos. You are able to discuss each puzzle with other players on the website that we provide in the game. So you can open up this web view that has Facebook comments where players can just help each other out, provide hints to each other, and just comment on each puzzle. So there are special elements that we introduce over time, over the puzzles, to just vary it up and just give the player something new to play. These include stop blocks, which when you use it, you can't slide another block over. Fire blocks, where you can slide it over ice, and then it will melt the ice, where you can fill it up again. And arrow blocks that can change the direction of the ice blocks. We also have introduced Bonsai Trees in the latest iOS update, which is sort of like the stop block, but it's confined to a particular hole. Once you fill up the soil, once you water the soil, it sprouts a bonsai tree, and then you can't move blocks past it. So we also, on iOS, we have this feature where you can iCloud sync from multiple devices as well. So you can play the game on your iPhone. If you've got an iPad, you won't have to worry about completing the same levels. It's all about a persistent world. Also, we released on Google Play, and within the first month, we got 1.2 million downloads. We got featured by Google Play. And yeah, we have an average rating of 4.7 stars on iOS. And our team is an award-winning team. We've previously made Train Conductor 1 and 2, which was released back in 2009, 2010. So we're always responsive to our players, and we're continually updating the app. We're planning on adding new types of blocks, and new content for them to play. Thank you very much. That's my pitch.
Simon, Nikki? You're Simon, so you're supposed to be kind of like, like skeptical guy, kind of like,
I really enjoyed your pitch. One question is, in terms of social connectivity to like Facebook or something, you mentioned there's a chat, but is there any other social connective features or things that you have in the game?
Yeah, hello? Is it working? Awesome.
Sort
yeah, so currently we just have the Facebook tab that you're able to open up. There isn't any other social features yet, but we could work something out with that, yeah. Is there any other questions?
So other than the different levels that they can buy, and are there things like achievements that you can win? Like say you've done a triple combo or 4 combo or something. Is there like achievements they can win or gain in the game?
The core achievement for the player is pretty much just solving each puzzle. There's not much replayability in the puzzle once they solve it, but yeah, like the players really enjoy just solving puzzles. So we haven't put in extra additional achievements. We have considered like Game Center and integrating Game Center achievements as well, but something that we might do in the future.
Right, I guess it's being a stress-free kind of casual gaming experience. You don't want to overburden them with too many things they can do.
Yeah, the premise is pretty much just to allow the player to relax, unwind, and focus. It's very minimalist, so we try to just keep the essential things in the game. Yeah.
So if I have to buy more packs, would that make me relax or stress? No, I'm just joking.
So I don't have to answer that.
You don't have to answer that. Let's see. So I think you kind of mentioned that there are other features that you're planning in the future. So so this will be an iterative type approach, right? So that means, let's say, if we were to publish your games, and we have certain inputs in regard to because obviously we understand our users pretty well. So if we were to say, okay, in Indonesia there's gonna be like a certain holiday coming up, we may wanna do some kind of in-game events or promotion. Would that be something that you are able to do with your games?
Yep, our team has done events previously in like Train Conductor, so we're not unfamiliar with doing events in games.
Mm-hmm.
So we could work something out if that's what you guys would like. But yeah.
Cool.
Also, I forgot to mention in my pitch that the game's localized in over 10 languages, so English, French, Italian, German, Spanish.
Is there a Bahasa?
Sorry?
Is there a Bahasa?
Not yet, but like we're trying to increase the...
But it should be easy to do, right?
Yeah, fairly easy.
Okay.
We support Arabic, we support Thai, Turkish, and yeah, but not Bahasa yet.
All right. Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks.
A round of applause, please. So should I kind of change the theme now and be like The Voice as opposed to American Idol? Kind of like, I kind of turn around and, So I'm trying to keep the mood light here because, to me, I've been in a pitch before, I've been in indie before, so I know it can get really stressed. And I think at the end of the day, seriously, all the guys that I've seen that's gonna come up to pitch, and even those that we haven't selected, there's some really awesome stuff there. And personally, I would love to work with a lot of you guys. So whether you win or lose, I think, we definitely want to keep the conversation going. So I think you're all a winner anyways. It doesn't matter who's going to get the prize. So, just chill. Have fun, right? So the next one is James. So your handwriting is awesome. So Bernard, is it? I hope. It's from the Spring Loaded team. All right. Sorry, round of applause for James, please.
Time developing stuff at a very small indie company. Oh, thank you. And so that was a really amazing experience for me because I started off as a musician, and then before long I'd moved into design, artwork, production, all kinds of stuff like that. it gave me a great grounding for becoming an independent developer, because it was one of those places where we took all the work we could take, even if we didn't have the people to do it. So often I'd work at weekends and I'd work incredibly late nights, and it would be, okay, we don't have anyone who's going to do the voice acting for this game, so can you do it? And I'd be, okay. So I impersonated mice for a biker mice game and things like that. So after that I moved to LucasArts, where I was the lead designer for 6 years. And then last year I went out on my own to become an independent developer. This is a short video that covers, it might play, it might not. It covers the games that I released that I developed on my own in the first 12 months of doing this. Make something that people can understand very quickly, and it will kind of become addictive and compelling in a very short amount of time. I'm aware that most people will turn off an experience within 10 seconds. So I set about trying to make a game you could understand in 10 seconds. I failed. I think it takes you about a minute. But as you can see, it's just pages of numbers, which look pretty boring in screenshots. However, I quickly found that when I gave the game to people to play, I'd kind of go down to the pub on a Friday and I'd hand the iPhone over, and people would not be giving it back to me or even talking for in excess of an hour. It would be the group of people would be talking, and we'd realize that one person had stopped talking and they were just playing my game. So I definitely won on the making an addictive game front. So the idea of the game is very, very simple. There are numbers on the screen. Some of them appear in squares and some of them appear in circles. You basically, if it's a square number, you have to tap from the lowest number through to the highest. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If they're in circles, you have to tap downwards. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There might be multiples of the same number, which make it confusing. And there are certain bits where the numbers explode in different directions to confuse you further. It's far from relaxing, opposite to your game. And it makes people quite angry and upset. But it's proved very popular. So here's the trailer for the game, which has me shouting in it. The last one wasn't very loud, so.
Are you fat?
So the three things that make it harder is time and the numbers, if it's counting up, down, or both, and then that's it, right?
That is it.
That's the factors that influence
Well,
difficulty.
except for the mystery game mechanic that's
Okay.
in the last.
Don't say.
I can't say it.
Okay.
But it's, yeah, that makes it even crazier. But as the time's going down, all the numbers start shaking around, it starts getting really intense. And if you saw the big square numbers, when you tap those, more small numbers appear inside it. So you might thinking, oh, my next number's a 4. But you tap the square, and oh no, there's a 3 in there, and I missed it. So people start racing ahead, and they have to slow down and stop. So it makes people race as fast as possible, but in a kind of measured way. Yeah, it's addictive. It's a simple game, you know. Obviously, I make games, quite a lot of games, so I'm trying to build more depth into the current roster of games that I'm working on.
Yep. Okay, that's my question. Just confirming how I understood it.
So since I'm like a number guy, you know, I'm wearing a suit, so I gotta ask you about money. So how does a game monetize? Besides, I'm assuming that there's a download price, right? But
So the thing is, I made the game as a paid application. It was the second game I released, and it's the only game I've made as a paid application. And I feel like it was perhaps an error to do that. So the new version that's coming out with the endless mode and all that kind of stuff, I'm going to strip away the price, so I'll get a big hike in downloads, it'll go up, and I'm going to incorporate more monetization into it. It currently has in-app purchases to do things like increase the multipliers, increase the amount of time you've got, things like that. There is a shop system built into it, and the game is very hard in places, and so that has led to people adopting the microtransactions, but you can finish a game without them. I think that I could shift that balance and make the game longer and build more microtransactions into it. I don't think it should be a paid app. I made an error. Okay, cool.
So the voiceover, who is it?
That is me.
Oh, really?
From my previous life as a punk rock musician, I used to sing like that quite a lot. So,
All right, cool.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Round of applause, please. Actually, you know what? I mean, I forgot one thing. I should have also said, you know, you guys can also ask questions, not just me. I mean, so that's what's cool about us, because we're not like American Idol, where only the judges can ask. So if you have any questions, you know, please raise your hand for like the previous contestant and for the current one. So anyone in the audience have any questions you want to ask as well? Okay, cool. Then we'll go to the next and the last one, but last but not least, you know, it's just a random choosing. So may I introduce Amit Goyal, and I'm hoping I didn't butcher your name. Okay, cool. From Super Psych Game, spelled with an S, not P-S-Y. Oh, sorry. Let's give him a round of applause.
Hello? It's working?
Yeah, closer to the closer. Yeah.
Better now?
Yeah, can you guys hear him?
Can you hear me? Everyone?
Yeah, okay, cool.
Okay.
Hey, that's cool, I like that. That's a spirit.
You scared me there. I thought he had a question. Like, I hadn't even started yet, so.
All right.
Okay. I'm just trying to find my video over here. I think it's right here. All right. Hello everyone. I'm Amit. I'm from Supersite Games, and we're a game developer based out of India. We're in being made for it. So So that is our game. Essentially, the objective is that you have these 5 wires, and these birds keep flying in and out of the screen, and you have to save it from those current bolts, which keep coming on those wires, and you get a hint, you get a warning by the bulbs, and you have to move the birds before the current can kill them. So you have 3 lives, and the idea is to score as much as you can by, keep playing the game for as long as possible. So these are the basic, these are the features that we have, which are very unique to the game itself. So we have a lot of different kinds of birds. Each bird has its own personality. Each bird may help you, may not help you. So for example, that is Beanbag, one of our favorite birds, and he farts every now and then. And when he farts, all the other birds leave the screen. So it becomes easier for you to manage. So similarly, we have another bird called Scarecrow, and he will kill any bird sitting next to him. So you have to be extra careful when he's around. So we have all these different kinds of birds. We have worms that you can collect for extra. You get an achievement for it. You also get score multipliers and score boosters. So you can score more in the same amount of time. So these are some of the features, but I feel that one of the strongest features that we have with our game is that it takes an existing formula of space management. So you must have played those games where you are moving puzzles around in a space in order to get one out. It is at its core the same concept where you're given a set amount of space, and you have to manage that space the best you can to score as much. So it's a familiar concept which is being given a different take or a different look in itself. And we brought it out. The other thing that we feel that it's strong about our game are the visuals themselves. Everyone who's seen the game has really appreciated the art and the personality of these birds. So just a couple of screenshots for you to look at. This guy is the main character, and you'll see him the most. He doesn't have any special powers. He just wants to be saved by whoever's playing. So next couple of weeks, which basically takes care of few bugs, some connectivity issues, and basically want to look at a major update in a couple of months where we can, like the features that I've talked about over here, we would like to implement them and maybe in a month or two, bring that out as well.
Oh, I have a question.
Oh, yeah.
What is your target age range or demographics that you're going for?
For this game?
Yeah.
I would say it's 9+, because we actually discussed a lot about this. In terms of visuals and in terms of the characters, it's something that will appeal to everyone. So even small, we've actually given it to a kid as young as 7 years old to play, and she really loved these characters. So she wanted to play the game just for the characters. She wouldn't be able to score that high, but she played again and again for the characters. But this game is a challenging game. So anyone who's into gaming and likes playing games and all will have a tough time scoring. So they will want to come back just so they can keep improving their score. So with that respect, I guess 9+ till about 30, 35 would be our target audience.
And so far, do you see more take up with males or females or any other?
It's been both, because thankfully, again, because of the art, it just kind of appeals to everyone.
Okay.
Any other question from the audience? Okay, then please give a round of applause to me.
Thank you.
Just to reiterate, my boss told me that we will announce the winner at 5 p.m. here again. But just, based on what I've seen, honestly speaking, and it reemphasized what I think. We would be happy to work with all three teams. So I think the winner, it's just more like formality, in my opinion. But any of the three, I think will be an honor to have it on our platform. And I think, me coming from the indie space myself, I think we would always try, if we can, to have a place for indie to showcase on our platform no matter what. Because Rovio was indie, right? So I like to think that it would be awesome if we could be the one that helped to discover the next Rovio on our platform. So thank you so much, guys, for taking the time, because I know it's quite last minute. It's a bit weird organized, as a consolation prize, you're welcome to join us for free drinks. It's invitation only. I'll give you your pass, so that's kind of like your consolation prize, no matter what. Yeah. Oh, that's a grand prize for you, I think. So for you, it'll be 2 drinks, not just 1. All right, well, you guys seen all the games, please support indies, download them. There are a bunch of other cool stuff at the indie showcase, and I'm kind of stumping for the indies right now. So, please download, support them, so we could see, this kind of stuff happening some more in the future. So, thanks for coming, and have a good show. Bye-bye.